Welcome in, team, and today we're doing a blue level workout. This is an intermediate body weight workout. It's half an hour, so if you've got a lunch break or you've got some time at home you can put aside, make sure that you have checked out the green level workouts before this though, because the blue level ones, they are a little bit more intense. Now this one has a couple of technical movements. I'm gonna run through the movements now. If you want to jump straight to the workout, check out the chapter markers below. There'll be one for the workout itself. Otherwise, stick around for the tutorial. Now the first movement we're going through is called a kick sit. This is one of the movements where, if people tell me they hate burpees, I don't like burpees, Jeff. Well, let me introduce you to the kick sit, because this is probably something you're gonna hate just as much, even more than a burpee. So what we're gonna do, you do want a little bit of space, which I've kind of nerfed myself here because I've got the treadmill set up. So we're gonna pop down into what we call the panther position. So the panther position here, it's almost like knees and hands, but we're gonna raise the knees off the floor about 2 inches. And what we're gonna do, take one leg. So for instance, if I wanna start with my right leg, it's gonna kick to the side, and then I'm gonna sit on the hip and on the whole leg. So my hands are flat on the floor here. I'm twisting my torso, I'm kicking the leg across and sitting on the hip. Bring it back to the middle. Kick the other leg across, sitting on that hip, and then back to the middle, okay? So this is the positions we want to go through. Sitting on the hip, back to the middle, sitting on the hip, back to the middle. And to make it a kick sit, or to make it a sequence of kick sits, we're gonna do that and join it all together. There. So there are your kick sits. They take a little bit of effort, take a little bit of coordination. And the core control, your core muscles are gonna help you to keep those hands flat on the floor. I don't want the hands raising throughout the kick sits. That comes with another movement a bit later on, okay? So I mentioned burpees earlier. That's our second movement that I'm gonna teach you. The burpees today, couple of rules with burpees, especially at this blue level, this intermediate level. I want the chest to the floor, and then I want your hands above your shoulders as you jump in the air. Full hip extension. So this is what it looks like from standing position. We're gonna squat down, hands on the floor, thrust the legs back, perform a push-up. At the top of the push-up, we're gonna jump, land on our feet, full hip extension, and as we get that hip extension, we're gonna jump up in the air, okay? So tying it all together. Chest to the deck, jump in the air. And there are our burpees. Yeah. Okay, so after burpees, we're then going to kick throughs. Now, kick throughs is a sibling of the kick sit. We're starting off in the panther position again, but instead of having the leg go from side to side, we're actually gonna kick it through into the front. So we're gonna raise one of our hands this time. Kick sits, hands stay flat on the floor. Kick throughs, hand comes up off of the floor. So here we go. Panther position. If I'm kicking forward with the left leg, I'm gonna raise my right hand. Kicking through and then back. Kick through and back. So you take it at the pace that you need to maintain your heart rate, to maintain your endurance through this whole session. But you see, we raise one hand as we kick through to help our body get that full mobility there. Cool. So they're the three that we're doing short intervals of. The way this workout is written today, you're gonna be doing short intervals, short, fast, hard intervals, and then we're gonna do some moderate intensity, longer intervals. 3 sets of those. So the first one is a side shuttle. You're gonna need a little bit of space. So I've got 2 to 3 meters here. We're gonna shuttle across, touch the toe, shuttle and touch. So we're doing shuttle runs, but they're side to side shuttle runs, okay? Cool, there's no burping in burpees. Depends on how much you've had to eat beforehand. Yeah. So that's the first one, the side shuttle. The next one, we're actually gonna do lunge mornings. So a lunge morning is a complex, put together 2 movements. So we've got a lunge, forward lunge, 90 degrees in each leg. Let me go on side so you can see. I'm taking a step forward, far enough forward that I get 90 degrees in both legs as my knee just kisses the floor. I don't want the knee slamming the floor. If you do that, you'll hurt yourself, okay? So just kissing the floor, back up, and then once we're at the top here, we're gonna perform a good morning. It's like a bow, okay? So imagine yourself bowing, hinging from the hip here. Nice straight back, nice straight legs. The legs can bend a little bit. I'm cool with 90% bend in the legs, because what we want to be activating are the glutes and the hamstrings here. I want no back. So Rocket Fit, if you're still in chat here, okay? Hey Dane Fitness, how you going? So just kiss the floor, just kiss the, that's it. So what we're gonna do, hinge at the hips, bowing, all of that elastic potential energy is in the hamstrings and the glutes. We're then gonna thrust forward. Then we're gonna lunge forward with the other leg. Just kiss the floor with that knee, back up, and a good morning. So that's the lunge morning, okay? That's what we're doing in the second moderate intensity interval. The third moderate intensity interval, we're gonna do Sumo Cossacks. So this is another complex of two movements stuck together, okay? So Sumo squats, a lot of people know them. Sumo deadlifts, wide feet. A Sumo squat, very, very similar. We're actually gonna keep the torso upright, perform a squat down, up, and while we're here, Cossack squat. So the Cossack squats, after our Sumo, we're then gonna keep one foot flat on the floor, the other foot, the heel remains on the floor, pointing that toe towards the sky, single leg squat down. So it's a Sumo squat, two leg squat, and then a Cossack. So that's the other moderate intensity interval. So 3 and 3, okay? So if you are here for the workout, make sure you've got your watch in cardio mode. Dane, let's do this. We're doing the recording for YouTube, mate. Put it into cardio mode, press start on your watch, go, and we're gonna start here. In 20 seconds time, we're kicking it off with kick sits here. Make sure you've got your drink bottles, make sure you got your towels handy, because kick sits, if you've not done them before, take them easy. Hot tip, take it easy to begin with, because they're quite intense. Okay, 4, 3, get in that panther position. Ready? Okay, kick it across, kick it across. That's 7 more seconds, so it's only 20 seconds, right? Of kick sits. Okay, up on your feet. Is that beeping too loud or is that okay, team? Let me know. Let me know. I have the tape here. Let's go. We've got our burpees up next now. So short rest and then we're in this high intense. It's okay there? Sweet. Thanks, team. Let's go. So just take it easy to begin with. We're gonna be doing a lot of kick sits, a lot of burpees, a lot of kick throughs. So start off nice and easy. There we go, cool. Fries are done. Okay, we've got those kick throughs now. So walk around. The beginning of the workout's it always feels the worst, because your body's shifting from rest into this aerobic zone now, this green zone. Here we go, kick throughs. Ding, fries are done, ding. Is that the one? Fries are done. So lifting the hand, kicking through to the front. Focus on the mobility to begin with. Focus on the form. Core bracing, okay? Up. Good, okay, we've got side shuttles. Yes, you're corrupting. Okay, in 7 seconds, we're gonna start doing those left and right, left and right. Let's go. Down. So you see, it's a good 45 seconds worth of this. So you wanna make sure you're taking it easy to begin with. Don't go too hard, too fast. Don't be a hero. Because you know who wins the races, right? It's the people who save a little bit in the tank for right at the end. I saw a really, really good video on the weekend of a triathlon where there was basically hubris. It was the hubris at the end of a race, and there was a guy running to the finish line, and he was pre-celebrating his win. There was still about 50 meters to go. He was celebrating, he was waving. Oh yeah, he's doing a bit of this. And then up behind him comes old mate that had been quietly following the whole time. Boom, starts to sprint right at the end of the triathlon there. And with about 20 meters to go, pips in front of the waving guy, and the waving guy's face, just sank. Martha Stewart, how you going, mate? How you going? You feel like you save too much sometimes? Yeah. It's a tough one, isn't it? All right, another set of side shuttles. How can I talk while doing it? Lots of practice, mate. Yeah, lots of practice. I can have a laugh about it and say, yeah, I'm just good. It's not anything special. I've been training for a long, long time, Dane. And to be honest, the thing that helps you with talking whilst doing workouts and whilst breathing, it's all like core bracing. Because if you have a look inside your body, well, not in yours because you die, but if you have a look at the anatomical drawings of humans, you've got one of the big muscles responsible for talking and breathing, if you're doing it right, is the diaphragm. And theoretically speaking, the diaphragm should let you breathe no matter what the rest of your body's doing. It's actually a muscle in here that goes up and down, helps to push the lungs around and your guts around. And so if you can disconnect yourself from doing this, because a lot of people breathe into their chest. What you have to think about now, breathe into your belly. Breathe forward. Breathe forward. Amazed by how the glasses stay. Trust me, Derry. I go through an arduous process of picking frames once a year. Okay, kick sits team, let's go. 20 seconds worth of kick sits. So I've got here in Australia, I'm on private health cover, and the level that I'm at gives me 2 pairs of glasses every year. So once a year, usually in July, I'll go on, have eyes tested again, and I'll spend probably about half a day. Grace and I will book out half a day for us to go to the optometrist and pick out frames. Now it's an arduous process of me picking frames that actually work for fitness. And then I also have I get 2 pairs, so one of these, I got a pair of sunglasses as well. Let's go. I should talk a bit about that as well. So B-foot, you don't wear prescription glasses. Martha Stewart, you don't wear prescription glasses, do you? Are you thinking about wearing sunglasses for the run? Okay, you have them? Okay, you do too, B-foot. Yes, sorry. In my mind, I'm thinking of a different person. But are you guys gonna wear sunnies for your run? You don't really wear them? Fair enough. All right, kick throughs. Let's go. Panther position, go. Kick it forward and back. Forward, back. Also the timing of your breathing. Dane, if we're still talking about how I can be talking and working at the same time, timing your breaths so that it matches up to your motion, to the concentric and the eccentric contractions of your muscles. That helps a lot too. Oh, hopefully we can bring some good energy, Dane. 100%. 100%. Oh. You'll probably have sunnies. Yep. Yeah, cool. So that's well worth checking. So Martha Stewart, you're about to do your tempo run. Side shuttles. Just a quick one. Don't have too much, Martha Stewart. Don't have too much, because tempo runs are designed to be very uncomfortable at the best of times. You got to think about this as well, in that you're not going to be running at a tempo pace on marathon day, Martha Stewart. So tempo training runs are designed to push you harder than what you're going to be feeling on race day, if that makes sense. You want to teach yourself what hell actually feels like, so that when you're running at a nice comfortable pace on race day, it actually feels fun. It feels enjoyable. Just a piece of toast? Good. Just one. Give it about half hour, Martha Stewart. Don't go straight into it, okay? Just quickly, is my microphone clicking or popping at all? How are we sounding? How are we good? Okay, got another set of side shuttles to do. Seems fine, thanks, B-foot. Just making sure I keep that monitor in the landscape format, because when I flip it, all hell breaks loose in the electromagnetic spectrum. Okay, 10 more seconds. And this is what we want to do. In the 45-second rest between our moderate intensity ones, we're going to bring this down to the blue, so then we can bop it back up to the green when we side shuttle again. Let's go. See how I'm timing my breathing? I want to do nice little efficient side steps as well. You can't hear my feet. It's just a little pitter-patter as my feet touch the ground. They're not slamming the ground, they're not dragging. Lots of glutes, lots of quads. And there we go, we're back in that green. The green's the aerobic zone, remember? Thanks for the follow, Dane. 1 minute rest now, team. Get ready for bed. Dane, good to have you here. Just a quick one. I wanted to ask this of people as well, because I've noticed it's a bit of a trend on Twitch. People have started disabling follow alerts. Now, personally, I've found that people that follow here on FFP are generally looking for some fitness content, looking for some engagement, so they don't tend to mind. But I understand the culture, a lot of it these days is people want to lurk, they want to just quietly hit follow and not have a big song and dance about it because of social anxieties, etc. So what do you guys think? Should I turn off the name? I might just have like a little flashy light and say new follower, but I can turn off the name graphic and I can turn off the chat message. Do you think that would be good for FFP? Let's do these kick sets. Curry Jr., will running help you lose weight? Under certain circumstances it will, yes. But there are other circumstances where running won't help you lose weight. And those sort of circumstances are where you simply run without taking into account the rest of your holistic program there. And when I'm talking about your holistic program, I'm talking about your nutrition, I'm talking about your sleep. How much are you actually eating throughout the day? Because if you're eating 3,000 calories more than you should, then running will not help you lose weight, no. So you gotta think about more than just the activity you're doing in order to change your body composition there. Okay, burpees, go. Because believe it or not, you can lose a lot of weight without any exercise. As long as you're simply disciplined with your nutrition program, then you're gonna drop weight, you're gonna drop body fat. You're probably also gonna drop some muscle as well, because it's important to note that by physically moving, you don't think you understand the silent follow thing, Jafe? Yeah, so what I've heard is that, you know when someone follows here, comes up with a big thing saying, welcome in, Jafe, and then in my chat it says, hey, Jafe, how you doing? Sometimes people don't like that. Sometimes people are kind of turned off by the, kick-throughs here, turned off by the idea of having a big song and dance made about their name, and they just want to be, I just like to lurk, I don't want anyone to say hello to me, shut up, those sorts of things. I wonder though, if it's a slightly different culture. Yeah, I wonder if it's a different culture in a fitness stream than it is with a gaming stream. Because I understand it, Grace has had them turned off for a while now. I've seen a bunch of other team equality gamers turn it off. I know, Jafe. Some people are super extroverted as well, aren't they? Okay, lunge mornings, here we go. So we're like kissing the floor for Dane. They could follow offline if that's the case. Yeah, and that's what I assumed. And see, the other thing as well, B-Foot, the other use case that I thought of, right, is if I raid someone that I've been watching because they're in team equality, but then I realize that I haven't followed them, that's a little embarrassing for me. So I actually hold off following them until they're offline because I don't want them to see with the offline, like online, I don't want to be called out for not following them sooner, if that makes sense. So that's happened to me in the past. So I understand it on having a silent follow alert. But you're also right. You think about the people, that was a good moderate intensity because I can talk through it. That's what we want. You think about the people that sub just to have their name called out, right? So I don't know. I actually don't know. So that's what I kind of wanted to ask Dane about. Dane Fitness, who just followed, and Curry Jr. And if there's anyone else here, because I can see. So I was thinking, you know what, it might be better to give people the choice. Does that make sense? Where like if I have new follower and then some lights, and then I say, hey new friends, how you going? Introduce yourself if you feel like it. and then they can just like say hi in chat, and I'm like, hey, how you going, Dan Hamwaite? Okay, let's go, lunge mornings, go, go, go. Good morning. I want to activate these glutes because I'm doing a long run. Have you figured out your tempo pace yet, Martha Stewart? That's one of the challenges that I find with new clients is that when we talk about doing a tempo run, the pace is what people think of. When I want you to forget that. I want you not to think about what your pace is. I want you to think about more your heart rate. So if you've got a watch that you can change the data screens on, change it so you've got this. See on mine? I've just got little, close my eyes. I've just got little zones, right? So when you glance at it, you're not thinking about how fast you're running, you're actually thinking about what zone you're in. So tempo runs, you want to be orange. If you're running up a hill, it's going to be slow. If you're running down a hill, it's going to be super fast. So I don't want you to tie a pace to a heart rate until you're at B-Foot's level, Glitch's level, until you're like those guys who kind of know. Yeah. You've accidentally unfollowed before when noticing, oh yeah, fair enough. Yeah, that's fair. Because the unfollow button looks very similar to the follow, doesn't it? It's just the heart. All right, kick sits, go. So by now, you should feel like you've got a bit of a hang of the kick sits. They're never gonna be easy. They're never gonna feel great. Like you're never gonna say, oh, let's do 300 kick sits, because I feel like it. They always suck. But just make sure you're loosey-goosey in the shoulders. Make sure you're nice and loose in the core here so you can do that twist and kick, okay? Okay, we've got the burpees next. I like to sandwich the burpees in between the kick sits and the kick throughs because you realize the burpees really aren't that bad, especially 20 seconds of them. Let's go. 20 seconds of burpees. It's a nice little push. There we go, good. Take a drink if you need to. With the kick throughs again. How long before you go for your run, Martha? Have you got a timer set up? You're good to go soon? Okay, kick throughs. Good, keep it rolling. Nice, build a flow. Get that foot kick through. Nice strong core. See how the knee points towards the ceiling, that back knee? Get the hips moving. Get the hips opening up. Get in the green. Okay, lunge mornings again. Another set of doubles of these. And then we move on. We're over halfway through this workout too, team. Let's go. So, forward lunge. Bring it up. Perform that bow. Forward lunge. Perform the bow. Let's go. Nice. Good. Listen to me breathe. Yeah, good. Grace always complains about it. Look, and honestly, I'm not gonna shame anyone for it, because I understand. I've been going 6 weeks now. It was 6 weeks this morning that I've been doing a cold shower every morning. So I suppose if I look at it in terms of the rest of my day, it's actually the hardest part of my day, is getting up straight out of bed. I get up out of bed, my eyes are still blurry, and I stand underneath the shower head, hand on the cold tap, and I just on. I'm not gonna say that you ever feel good about it. It's the worst thing ever. And it's on, and I'm on for about 3 to 4 minutes showering just in the cold. Let's go, lunge mornings, lunge mornings. So for me, hopping on a chilly heart rate strap, whatevs. I've actually really cut down on my caffeine consumption too. I gotta admit, I used to have a lot of caffeine in the mornings. Now, as soon as I step out of that cold shower, I'm feeling awake as anything. I'm actually just, there's no sign of, hey. Nina, how you going? We're doing our lunge mornings, let's go. Getting through. Nina, how are you going? How's the fam? What'd you get up to today? Tell me everything. Tell me it all. Happy Monday. Happy Sunday to you. And anyone else that's still in the other hemisphere there. Yes, police, I'd like to report a murder. Yeah, B-foot. I actually, it's been getting colder and colder here in Australia, you know this. And so I don't scream, I don't quite vocalize it, but I do a lot of this. I do a lot of like really loud and deliberate breathing because it's like a human reaction to cold. You tend to do the really deep inhale. Yeah, it's an auto response, and that is one of the, like, here we go, serious talk. That's one of the reasons why people drown in cold water. It's not because it's extra dense or anything like that. Kick six, let's go. It's actually because as soon as you hit that cold water, your body responds by taking a big deep inhale. And if you're underwater at the time, then guess what? You're in trouble. So that's why cold water is so dangerous. Because when you fall in, like you just do that auto inhale, right? Yeah. And so you want to be very, very careful as well. If you're the type of person that wants to start messing around with cold water plunges, I haven't yet, but I was seriously considering getting a plunge bath for here. There's a couple of things you want to take into account when you're doing these. Burpees, let's go. Is that you shouldn't be doing cold water therapy. That's either cold showers or cold plunges. You shouldn't be doing them after heavy endurance or heavy hypertrophy sessions. If you're a bodybuilder and you want to build the size of your muscles, you shouldn't never be doing your cold water therapy after workouts because it actually halts hypertrophy. It does a lot of bad stuff to stop muscles from growing. So you want to do all that stuff before your workouts. Okay, so that's number one. And number two, if you are going to cold plunge, lower yourself in, nice and easy. Never go above the head, never jump straight into it, because like I said, you'll take that big old breath of water in, which is no good. Because it's becoming very fashionable for people to do these sorts of things. And it's much like keto, it's much like fad diets in that they have their place. All of these things are good for certain types of recovery, certain types of endurance building, et cetera, but you gotta be careful about how you build it into your current program. Keto is not for everybody. Well, to be honest, keto is not for the majority of people, but you saw so many like CrossFitters and fashionable people go into keto, right? What else Sumo Cossacks to do? Wide feet, okay? Sumo squat, Cossack down. We're gonna sumo squat in between every single one of these Cossacks. So for me, the reason I've got this movement in here is because I'm warming up for my run, which we're gonna do after this in about 7 minutes time. So, sumo squat, single leg squat, sumo. Yes. So a lot of what I'm taking in, a lot of the research that I'm taking in about the cold water immersion, cold water therapy Duxor is from Andrew Huberman. Not a single source of truth, but Andrew Huberman is a scientist, so he's very good with the way he publishes his data, and then he also publishes references to where he's discovered his findings. And so I'm often branching out, and I'm going into rabbit holes of just scientific research and studies, and it's really, really interesting. Yeah, Yeah, absolutely. The core on the palms, crazy. Mark Bell's YouTube, I should check that one out as well. Okay, Goth Martha Stewart, you get after this run, you tell me how you go afterwards, because you'll be back while I'm running, no doubt. Yeah, and so the thing is, right, the reason why a lot of people get onto performance enhancing drugs and steroids and things is because there's the idea that it's easy. The idea that, you know what, all I need to do is follow this and I don't have to put as much work in, or I can recover faster so I can put more work in, etc. But it is human nature for a lot of people to not want to work. And that's a problem where you can put in the work. And the other thing actually, outside of the fitness gains, are the mental and the mental health and the dopamine health. I think that's something that's being looked at a lot now, whereby addictions come from the fact that you're stressing out and you're unsettling your dopamine and your serotonin systems. So things like pornography addiction come from people just having dopamine at the click of a button, and it desensitizes them to dopamine, much like sugar and whatnot can desensitize your insulin systems. Things like cold water response and actually making gains after hard work, those sorts of things are healthy sources of dopamine, because you have to actually put yourself through some turmoil before you get that hit of satisfaction. Whereas if you're just constantly getting satisfaction at the push of a button, it really does mess with your whole reward system in your head. Kick sets, here we go. Yeah, so again, for ADHD, and look, I'm not an expert at this by any means, but I can tell you that we're actually now living in an age where more and more people are being diagnosed ADHD or some sort of OCD or some other type of disorder on the spectrum to do with dopamine responses. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that we're on this internet connected world where all you need to do is fire up your Xbox or press a button here or donate to someone and they'll say your name on stream and you'll get that dopamine hit. I don't think humans are designed for all this sort of stuff. Okay, let's go burpees. You know what humans are designed for though? Physical activity. We were designed to run for hours on end, to chase down our food. We were designed to potentially not be eating as much as what we do now, because we had to work for our food, we had to work for our gains. And so all of that sort of stuff is a good healthy reminder in terms of what we're meant to be doing. Yeah, simplifying the diet and supplement industry, 100%. How you going, float curve? Welcome in, mate. We got kick throughs to do. Let's go. If you want to say hello, please do. We love new friends here. We love new followers. But look, if you'd like to sit back and lurk, that's all cool as well. So thanks for the follow, mate. I appreciate that. I'm your dopamine dealer. I say your name on screen. You need a hit. You got a program. You can thank me for that dopamine hit after your tempo run on Wednesday, B-Foot. You know what's fun, B-Foot, is that you and I are now on the same program, mate. You, myself, and Glitch, we're all actually doing the exact same thing now. So you've got someone else to share in your pain. Yeah. And just like I say to my clients, if there's a day where I can't do something because we've got work or we've got a job on or something, then I'll make sure that I either swap things around in a nice way that doesn't impede with the other workouts. So same with yourself and anyone that's on my programs. If you need to change things around, just let me know. Just shoot me a message in the app or shoot me a message on Discord or whatever, and we can work around it, okay? Nice, we're resting. We've got another set of Sumo cossacks to do. Old man shouts at technology. Yeah, duck saw, 100%. So what's happened obviously is that when humans used to go to work for 16 hours a day 100 years ago, or even just 50 years ago, right? Jobs were much more physical back then. You know, you'd be a laborer, you'd be building things, you'd be using your hands, you'd be, you know, blacksmithing or carpentering or something like that, right? It was much more physical, whereas now these days, the 10-hour work days are people sitting down like this. So it's technology has changed things so quickly, hasn't it? Okay, sumos. So sumo squat, let's go. Cossack to the side. Remember the Cossacks? Go down as low as you can, one straight leg, heel on the floor, toe towards the ceiling. Keep that other foot flat on the floor. I'm gonna try and get my butt all the way down to my heel. Torso upright. You need to schedule the half in. Oh, yeah, cool. Ping me again, B-foot, because I did forget about that, but what I can do for you, mate, I can actually just chuck it into your calendar, personally, so it doesn't affect myself and Glitch. But the thing is, right, you did a half a week ago, so your body's ready for it. So let me get out of that straddle position and have a quick word to you. If you're watching here on YouTube, well done you. If you want to join in the conversation that you heard us having just now, that was all live on Twitch, twitch.tv/fit4purpose. If you follow the channel or you jump into our Discord, which you can actually see from our YouTube About page, you'll get a ping as to when we go live. And if you've got questions about anything that I'm doing live, I can answer them for you. That's the value of having a qualified personal trainer live on the screen, is that I'm not charging you any money for this. I do appreciate support, so I appreciate when you subscribe to the YouTube, subscribe to the Twitch channel, but I'm happy to answer anything as long as it's a sensible question and not something silly about like what type of underwear I wear. Actually, that wouldn't be the worst question. We're training for a marathon. I've been testing underwear. I'll leave it at that. Okay, guys, see you in the next video. Check out the green ones if you want something easier, blue for this intermediate level, or the purples for your advanced. Have a great time. See ya.